Hello, I'm Nathan Judah. I'm here with Express and Star reporter Mr. Joe Edwards, standing in for Mr. Tim Spears. Joe, we've got some season ticket news, long-awaited season ticket news, and we've got some rises, which I think were expected with Premier League football on the horizon. How do you see it?
I think it's quite fair, and I know, and I've seen the responses, and a lot of people are saying that fair enough. There's an increasing standard of football. You know, the teams that are coming along to town. You know, your Cities, your Man United, your Chelseas, and given that, you know, there is going to be an increase. For me, the increase isn't too drastic. It could have been lower, but I've saw some of Laurie Dalrymple's comments as well, and it's that, you know, if you set the price quite low, and then are you setting the expectation and standard quite low as well? Obviously, Wolves are very ambitious. I don't think they're just content on settling for. Of course, they want to stay in the division, but they're not just going to settle for, I don't know, finishing fourth from bottom. They want to make their mark on the Premier League, and they want a packed out Molineux to do so. And I don't think this increase will, you know, ultimately put fans off. I think, you know, they're going to sell a lot of season tickets. I think there's going to be sellouts at Molineux most weeks. Of course, the temporary stands opening up again, which adds another about 800 onto the capacity. So I think we can expect to see a packed out rocking Molineux for most weeks of next season. Yes, there is an increase in prices, and of course, you know, when you pay more money, you want your extra money that you're paying to be justified, and I believe there's enough talent and enough ambition at the club for that extra money going into the club to be justified. Because I think Wolves are going to be, you know, they're not just there to, you know, oh, we're happy to be there, or, you know, we're, as I say, content of finishing, you know, round by the relegation zone. They really want to make an impact as a club. You know, and in China they want to become big, and globally they've got massive ambitions. So upping the prices a bit, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's anything drastic.
It's playing devil's advocate with season ticket sales and the revenue that's going to be generated for Premier League football. It's only a tiny portion. So with the fans and the journey they've been on, would it have been a nice situation for them to maybe make a price freeze or a very small rise, or do you think, you know, it's fair income? You can see other people's point of view.
Definitely, and you know, there is, of course, valid points of that argument. I think Huddersfield, when they went up, I think their early birds were about £200, £199. Their situation's a bit different to Wolves'. Is they don't quite have the same fan base as Wolves do, really, and it was a real effort to get the stadium packed out, and it worked. But I think, you know, a lot of the Wolves fans kind of see the vision that, you know, Fowson and, you know, all the new people that the club want to carry through, and yeah, they have got the right to voice the concerns about, you know, a couple of members of my family, you know, they're thinking, you know, they've asked me about it, and they're a bit sceptical, but ultimately I think
you'll sort them out. Extra £100 on the wage packet, no problem.
Ultimately, I think they'll renew. So I think it's a thing where, you know, at first you're a bit, you know, but then in the grand scheme of things you think, well, where this club's got the ambitions of going, and then they'll back it. I don't think in terms of sales this price increase will be a big problem.
Packed Molineux next season should be a fun ride. For all the latest Wolves news, make sure you log on to expressandstar.com.